Dante. Because it's not his fault. But, like, he's just the person they made the change for, so he's the person that we're going to talk about. But I don't know, bro. I get the logic. I've never been a fan of the change. I wasn't a fan when they did it. I'm still not a fan now, but I don't know. I get the logic of the change, though. But, like I said, it just did not work out the way that they wanted it to, anyway. Rose was AFK. Kabloom. These guys and kids just haven't been great. Yeah. Nah, they're just it's just what Chris and I were saying, bro. They're just not that good at this game, genuinely. Like, they're good enough to be better than everybody else, but they're just not good enough to put it together and win an event, in my opinion. That's just all it is. They just they had a better understanding of MW2. They worked better on MW2. They just can't put it together for this year. They're just not that good at this game, to be honest. And I don't think it's on Dante at all, because, like, I personally was expecting more from Dante, and I think rightfully so. I don't think my criticism of him was unjustified at all. Like, if you're going to make a change to a 3-event win team, like, you need your change to perform. So I think that my criticism of him was fair. But I feel like I've also been fair in saying that, like, he's been playing a lot better for them as of probably this stage. Like, he's had, like, some standout matches here and there, but, like, this stage, I think he's, like, been very good. But I think it's just like a whole team thing, to be honest with you. Like, before, you could put some blame on Dante, you could put some blame on Kiz, but I mean, at the end of the day, they picked it up and they're still not that great. So I think it's just like a fundamental thing with their team. They're just not that good at this game. It sucks to say, but the standard of them was winning 3 events and being major, champs winners. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't hold them that standard because it's just unattainable. Repeating that is insane. So. This guy's been horrible in a sense. You never feel his impact or presence in the map. I think that how he's been playing recently is definitely swaying people's point of view of him through the season, because he's been pretty good on the year statistically, and I don't think that he's been slow enough to be a detriment for his team at all up until, like, probably now. I think even this series was a little bit of an outlier. Like, he's usually not this bad. I think they kind of just got phased. Like, today he didn't play well, but I don't think today was like a good representation of, even when he's playing poorly, what it looks like. I think today they all just got shit. Like, I don't think today is how Caesar's been playing. While he has been, like, one of the more consistent players for their team on the year, he did have a really bad series today, but I don't know. Like I said, bro, I think they've all been underwhelming, other than Paco. And even then, Paco isn't what he was last year, but also last year he was God, so I get it. No. You think Optic get the land buff? I hope so. Them sucking isn't fun. I like when they play well. I like when everyone plays well. Makes better COD, more entertainment. I don't know. They get Miami first round, so maybe they'll just get a delusional buff like they always do when they play them, and get a little bit of momentum, see the ball go through the net, get a series win. Maybe snap their S&D losing streak or something. But you want to know the worst case scenario for Optic, though, is they beat Miami but lose the search. I think if that happens, I think that, like, they're still in a bad spot. I think they need to beat Miami in the S&D to, like, really, like, get everything they can from that series. Because I think if they triple respawn them, I don't think it helps. I think they have to beat them in S&D. I think if they lose the search but win, like, 3-1, I'm still, like, on the fence about it. You know what I mean? Like, I think they need to see the ball go through the net in an S&D and, like, get out of that rut for sure. No, I think Toronto probably will beat them, but I mean, bro, I think they probably do beat them, but, like, based on today, dude, what the f do I know? You're telling me Toronto is showing up to the event and LAG's beating the fuck out of them definitively too? Like, not even like they're good. Like, no, they beat the fuck out of them. Like, what? God, it's crazy. It's lit. In front of my mom. This is what it feels like to sit back and watch a Saturday. Yeah. Shout out LA team, man. It's a good win though. Might be cautious. Every time I pick LAT, they lose. Every time I pick the other team, they win. Not every time, but I don't think I've ever successfully picked LAT in, like, a close matchup. The only time LAT wins is against, like, Boston when I pick them. I don't think I'm allowed to pick them ever. I gotta go against them every single time, or there's. Nah, that ego shell bad, bro. They played him on 6-star S&D. Their best, undefeated best. They played him on Karachi Hardpoint. The last time they lost it was the last time Boston won a series in March. They played him on High Rise Control, which they were on a 6-game winning streak on. Granted, they got on, but they still played it. And then what was the last map? 6-star? Like, bro, like that's another one that Toronto's been comfortable on. They let Toronto pick every map in the series and 3-1'd them, bro. That is ridiculous. And their listening today was really good too. I thought they sounded really nice. No mistaken. I need to do damage to phantom walls. I need to shoot these. Ultra looked off, bro. They didn't look off. They looked like they've never played COD before. Nah, that 1v2 on the 6-star actually had me tweaking, bro. The 1v2 on the 6-star actually sent me into a spiral, a crash out spiral. Like, bro, that is an event favorite is playing a 1v2 against LAG like that. I couldn't believe my eyes. That was crazy. Bang! Let's go. Bang! Think Envoy's gonna get drops? It depends, bro. It depends on the Hydra situation. It depends on a lot of stuff because I think that like Optic making changes is on the table now. Whereas before they started slumping, I don't think that it was, but I think it is now. I think New York 1,000,000% makes a roster change. I think Toronto is probably going to end up making another roster change. Like, I think everybody makes changes other than FaZe, and I don't know what those changes are going to be now because that player pool is going to be big. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting for sure. I think it was pretty clear cut that like New York was going to be the team to make changes, but now I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Take me on my element. Take me on my element. Take me on my element. They all went Paco. Oh yeah, I don't know Paco's situation though, bro. Because I don't know if Ace was just spewing, which he definitely could have been just spewing. But if Paco's not a free agent, then I don't know. Because like we've all been operating under the that he is, and if he's not, then like I don't know what the fuck happens. Let's see. World on drugs. Think Dan stays on LA too? It's not up to Dan, I fear. It is not up to Dan. Does respect body I refuse to compromise. Let me see a chance for making a change again. I don't think so, if I'm being honest, bro. After how this year went with Dante, I think teams are, if they think about it, it's got to be some crazy. It's got to be like some superstar Paco type shit for them to make changes. Top 5 favorite players to watch. Kleenex, Hydra, Shotzi, and then the 5th one's like kind of whatever you want to put there. Abe when he's frying, Brandon when he's frying.
A win for your crew is like a win for me too. Not to get poetical. Couldn't have done it without old Joe, is what you're thinking. I appreciate that.
Ken and Flow State, yeah. Ken is definitely another one. I mean, there's a lot of people, bro. There's so many players. It's hard to just pick 5. $40 like $1,000. I have not milked now. I haven't played Val in forever. It looks interesting though, because it is controller and I'm him, so maybe I crash out in the offseason and give it a try. But for now, no. I refuse to compromise. Wonder what Illy will do, because not playing Challengers is definitely not getting a spot next season. I wouldn't say definitely not getting a spot. I think his stock Like the way that he went out as the best version of himself, like individually, I think that we've ever seen, other than like when they won in Vanguard. So I think his stock is like relatively high.